the Ambassador of the United Kingdom to Kosovo, His Excellency Mr. Jonathan Hargreaves. We're grateful to have you with us today. Thank you for coming here.
Thanks, Tosca. It's really great to be here.
I mean, it's definitely an honor to have the possibility for you to join us on our podcast today.
Thank you. Well, it's brilliant to be here, and it's nice to meet my neighbours, because
Yeah.
I only live just down the road, so it's lovely to come and see this place.
Yeah. So before we start, I would like to talk, since you came here, how was it like? How did you feel now that you've come here to ISB?
In the school?
Yeah.
It's been amazing. I got such an incredible welcome. I was so pleased and grateful. And I turned up and lots of people were wearing little crowns. And then I had a little presentation about the visit that some people from the school had made to the UK. And that was really, really interesting. And then I was very surprised because they started telling me facts about myself. So somebody had obviously done some very good research.
Yes.
So it was a wonderful welcome, thank you. And then I met some very cool kids in year one, I think they were.
Yeah, yes.
And they had some difficult questions too.
I mean, yeah, we were all very excited because it's definitely something that we've never really experienced before. And now, without further ado, I think we should start with the proper podcast.
Okay.
Now, I think many students hear the word ambassador, but they don't really know what the job looks like. What does the work of an ambassador like yourself actually involve on a day-to-day basis here in Kosovo?
I know. My wife sometimes asks me this question,
Really?
what do you do all day? And it's sometimes difficult to answer.
Yes.
But I was thinking that there are really 5 things that I do. I kind of split my day.
Yes.
Yeah, one of them is I spend a lot of my time trying to meet as many people across Kosovo as I can, whether that is people in government or parliament, but also I try and meet businesses and NGOs and lots of ordinary people.
Yes.
So one of my jobs is just to understand what people in Kosovo think. And then the second part is I do a lot of work with my colleagues, other ambassadors and other people in the international community, and we try and coordinate and know what each other think about things. Thirdly, of course, I run an embassy.
Yes.
So we have a team here, which you've visited when you were ambassador for a day. And so one of my jobs is to work with my own team to make sure that we're all pushing in the same direction. And then another job I have is to tell my bosses who are in London what's going on here. So the Prime Minister and ministers want me to tell them what I think about what's going on in Kosovo, and that's part of what I do. And then I think the 5th thing is trying to explain across the whole of Kosovo what the UK's position is, how we value the friendship with Kosovo, what the things are that we are maybe worried about or what we want to work on. So a kind of communication.
Like a whole lot of networking.
That's right,
yes.
Yeah, exactly.
And now, since we're talking about your work here in Kosovo, what are the main goals and priorities that you kind of have, that you are focused on at the moment?
Yeah, well, you know that we have been here present in Kosovo since 1999. And then
decades
obviously
now,
since independence,
yes.
And we as the UK feel very strongly about our connection with Kosovo because of our role in the conflict and then in independence. So one of the fundamental things is continuing to work with friends in Kosovo on security and on stability in this region. So that's, I think, one of the things that we work hardest on. We also want to work with friends here to make sure that Kosovo's future in the international community and in Europe is secure and bright, and we want to make sure that Kosovo is moving in the direction with the European Union and with NATO. And I think maybe the other big part is, of course, just deepening our friendship in all sorts of fields. So maybe in music, in culture, and particularly in trade and the economy, and helping businesses to work with each other.
Of course, that's basically the most important parts. And since we already talked about the cooperation between the United Kingdom and Kosovo today, so I believe, from what I know, things are going as good as they can. So basically, we have good cooperation between these two countries, right?
We do.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I know a lot of people from Kosovo that are happy about the United Kingdom, the things that they have done for us within these past years. So from my point of view, I would say that there's good cooperation.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear. I'm glad that it looks like that for you. It looks like that from where I sit, but I'm glad it does for you as well.
Yeah, I'm talking as like the nation of ours.
Yeah, great.
Now, what are some key initiatives or programs supported by the UK that are currently aimed at young people in Kosovo? I guess since it's what led us here today, we could mention the Ambassador for a Day initiative.
Yeah, well, you tell me because you're one of them.
I mean, it was definitely something I was very nervous about. I applied for the competition, which was basically talking about diplomacy in the digital age. And I was successful, I guess I could say, and had the opportunity to meet the other ambassadors. And I went to also the Swedish embassy.
Yeah.
I know that the other girls had opportunities to go to the other ones. And obviously I had the chance to meet you and invite you to the podcast today. Is there anything else that maybe the embassy may be involved in?
Yeah, sure. Well, we really enjoyed that as well, and I have to say, Toki, you didn't look nervous when you came to see us. But it was a privilege for us as well because it was fantastic to have you and the other 5 young ambassadors working with us. But of course, I mean, the first thing to say is that obviously Kosovo has an incredible resource of young people, and I think it's still true to say that Kosovo is, in both senses, the youngest country in Europe. So what happens with young people really, really matters. So as well as Ambassador for a Day, a couple of the things that I'm proudest of. One is a scheme that we have with young women in the cyber sector. It was a scheme called Cyber, where we were working with some young women to help them to get skills in cybersecurity and IT, and look towards a future in cyber as a career. I think it's still true to say that there's still more boys than girls at the moment in that kind of sector. We're trying to encourage more girls, although I think girls are catching up very fast and about to take over. So that's really, really good. And then another initiative we had through our British Council colleagues was called Connecting Classrooms. And that was really about actually more working with teachers to help teachers to be able to be really useful teachers on technology and IT, and make sure that the teachers probably are as up to date on technology as the students are, because sometimes it's difficult for us old folk to keep up with you guys.
I mean, from what I noticed, the British Embassy has worked a lot with trying to help with technology. For example, the Tech Hub, I believe, in Christina Tech Park. It's also something we had the chance to visit with the other ambassadors.
Yeah, well, we're going to open it soon.
Really? That's great to hear.
It hasn't quite opened yet, but it's going to be a place where British and Kosovo tech companies can meet and find things to do together. Yes. And hopefully grow the tech sector in both countries.
A good way to connect more,
yes.
Because obviously there's smart young people in the UK and in Kosovo. Like, why not work together to make it as best as possible?
Exactly.
Now, how significant is the role of youth in shaping Kosovo's long-term development?
I mean,
we already covered this.
Well, I think it's obvious that young people are the future, and that's self-evident. So I think the way that the cohort of current young people develop now will determine really how successful Kosovo is in 10, 20, 30 years' time. So I'm hoping that we'll have amazing new generation of politicians coming through, of business people, of artists.
I mean, we should be very grateful because every day we get more and more opportunities, which I don't think they were able to be done the past year. So,
well, I hope that Kosovo will continue to be a place where young people feel as though they want to live and where they feel as though they have their future. And I know that quite a lot of people have actually
Yes.
left over the last few years, and I think it's really important that Kosovo keeps its eye on making sure that
Build a
people
better
of your
life for
generation
families.
want to stay here and make a contribution to Kosovo.
Now, a question that's a bit more different, I think it's more interesting. If we followed you around for a week with a camera, what part of your job would surprise students the most?
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably a busy week, from what I can imagine.
I think you might be surprised to know how many different kinds of people I meet all the time, because one morning I can be seeing the President or the Prime Minister, and then I jump in the car, and then I might go to a municipality somewhere else in the country, and I might meet not just the mayor, but I usually try to meet some local people who are doing something interesting.
Yes.
Go to a cafe and meet the people there, and then another day I go and maybe talk at a conference with some NGOs that on subjects they feel really passionate about. So one of the things I love about being in this country and about my job is just that I meet all sorts of different people doing different things, like being here today, for example, which is a big bonus.
Did you ever think that you would ever come to a student-created podcast?
Well, it's the first time I've been invited, so I'm very honoured.
Great to hear, and we're also very honored to have you here today. And now, since we're talking about you meeting a bunch of people, sometimes you may agree with their ideas, but sometimes you may not. What's the most diplomatic way to say, I disagree? To be respectful.
Well, actually, I think I have to take advice from my team, because very often my team have to say to me
Oh, really?
that they don't necessarily agree with me, but they do it in a very polite way. They say, thank you, Ambassador, that's a very interesting idea. We'll go away and think about it. Or things like that.
So
they've become very good at gently saying no to me when I come up with stupid ideas.
But yeah, so you've been here in Kosovo for a couple of years now. How has your experience been so far, both personally and professionally? I mean, you've met a lot of people maybe that helped you change into who you are today.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the people outside had noted that I said that being British ambassador in Kosovo is probably the best job in the world. And I think that's right, partly because the friendship between Kosovo and the UK is so strong, and therefore it's always a pleasure to meet people, and as British ambassador, people are extremely welcoming and receptive, so that's wonderful. But way beyond that, I mean, I travel around the country a lot. I see a lot of different things, and I find it an absolutely beautiful place to be, and I also find it genuinely one of the friendliest places that I've ever visited and been in.
That's absolutely great to hear, and I believe you think the same way about the United Kingdom. And I mean, although Kosovo is not the biggest country, I feel like you could meet a lot of different people here, not depending on where they're from. And I think I would believe that we're all quite welcoming, because we're excited to see kind of the outside world, basically how we are impacted by different cultures, and because it's not every day that you get to meet someone that isn't born here. Although we are an international school, it's definitely different from the other schools. You have students from all over the world, from all over different continents.
Yeah.
And it's definitely something interesting, because you get to learn things that you usually don't really think about. Because it's students that maybe have lived somewhere else and gone to school somewhere else. They come here and basically share their experiences, which is something we use to kind of improve, because why not try to all be like working together, because someone may agree to something, as you said, and someone may disagree, and we try to keep it as respectful and as best as we can.
Yeah.
Now, if you weren't an ambassador, what career do you think you would have pursued? Is it still something similar, or would you think you would go the other way around?
Oh, that's a really difficult one. I think if I could be something else, maybe I would. You know, Kosovo's got these beautiful national parks, and we have also some beautiful national parks in the UK with mountains and forests. And I think I'd like to look after one of those.
Really?
I think that would be a really hard but really
Yes.
interesting
I
job.
mean, we do have very beautiful parks here, and the nature's quite breathtaking.
It's absolutely. I was up in the Show Mountains over the weekend,
Really?
and at this time of year, I can tell you,
It's probably amazing.
absolutely beautiful.
Because I feel like it's the perfect time of the year. Not too hot, but not too cold.
Exactly,
So
and the
it's-
wildflowers at this time of year
Yes.
are gorgeous.
And now when it comes, maybe when you were my age, can we talk about maybe what was your favorite experience as a kid in, I think, secondary school it's called?
Well,
Is it
I think-
something that maybe isn't really present today? Because I know times have probably changed. Even in the last 10 years, they're not exactly the same. So would you care to show us what was your favorite memory of being about our age?
that's a great question. Well, I think one of the things I remember most was travelling as a sort of school-age person out of the UK. And of course, that was a very different experience because we didn't have smartphones.
Yes.
So you were, once you'd left.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't phone your mum and say, I don't know where I am. You couldn't buy your tickets online. So that was a real adventure. So I remember when I was probably about your age, I used to go on my own in the summer holidays to stay with people in France, and that was a really big adventure.
Considering it's overseas, probably it's
Exactly, I felt very proud of myself
Yeah.
that I was able to do that myself.
yeah, like feeling more grown up.
Yeah.
I mean, our students here also probably like travel a lot, but mainly it's also because of competitions. We mentioned before the Teen Eagle competition, which is held in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
I think the first year our school went there was about 50 students. So that's large. I think I could say like a quarter of a plane. So it was a big organization. And from what I know, everyone had a fun time. And people keep going there every year. People keep telling their stories there. And it's really fascinating to know, although we are all on the same earth, it's so different, which is also a good thing because with diversity, we can learn from each other.
Absolutely, there's so much to explore, isn't there?
Yeah. I mean, I wish to visit there one day, probably
should.
very soon. So
Let's hope you do.
I look forward to it. And now, what message would you share directly with young people as they look toward building their future careers and contributing to society?
Well, first of all, there are lots of different ways of contributing to society. There's no right or wrong way. So I think whatever people's skills and whatever the things that they love, they can pursue and can always be making a contribution.
So be just they're like true selves, right?
I think so, and that's easier said than done.
Really?
And I think even those of us who are a little bit older have to continue to
Yes.
practice being ourselves and being what we want to be, rather than what we think other people think we should be.
I heard this phrase. It says like, it's never too late to start over as long as you're living. So
Oh, nice.
you could go one direction, but it's never too late to change to the other. I mean, I know a lot of people that changed within these past few years. I mean, obviously we're quite young, so there's still time to decide where we want to be in the future.
Exactly.
But I think it's also, we're also excited for the future because we don't really know what it holds. So
Don't tell anyone, but I never had a plan about how I wanted
Really?
to how I wanted to live my life. I just had lots of different interesting experiences, and here I am now. So
going where the wind
for me,
takes
that
you.
worked.
Yeah, really. That's great to hear. But yeah, your work, from what I can understand, it sounds really interesting and fun. Do you ever get bored of it?
Absolutely not. No,
Really?
there's no time to get bored of it.
Yeah.
And in this country, at least there's always another election to look at.
Yes.
Look forward
I
to.
know it is. I mean, I only I guess I could say followed you around for a singular day, and I saw that it was quite, not tiresome, but definitely not something you get bored of, because there's always something that needed to be done.
I find that I need lots of energy, but also that the job gives me lots of energy, because there is nothing better in the world really than just meeting lots of interesting different people. My job is a good job for people who are quite nosy about other people.
I mean, I wouldn't call it nosy, just maybe curious.
Okay.
It's a better phrasing.
I'll go with that, thank you.
Because I remember with the other ambassadors there, we were there basically a whole day from morning maybe 8 a.m. till the afternoon. It was definitely something really cool. I still keep in touch with the other ambassadors and look forward to meeting them again in future events,
Great.
if anything. And yeah, I also heard about their stories because they went to other embassies, for example, the French or the Dutch one. I mentioned my time at the Swedish one, and it was my first actual event of this initiative. At first I was very nervous, but then I got to meet the embassy there and I realized it is serious, but not overwhelming. It was it's definitely something I could never forget. It was an awesome opportunity, and I was grateful I had the chance to meet everyone there.
That's great. Yeah, it's serious work in the end, but when people treat each other with dignity and respect, then the work can always be also very enjoyable, and it is work with real purpose, and where we're all trying to make the world a better place. So it's serious but hugely enjoyable.
Now, to kind of wrap up, we have a quick rapid fire round here.
Okay.
And we have short answers only.
Okay,
You gotta
short
be quick
answers,
though.
right?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Favorite subject when you were in school?
Geography.
Best piece of advice that you've ever received?
Don't do what your parents want you to. Don't tell my son I said that.
Don't worry. And what's your favorite food here in Kosovo?
Mantilla.
Mantilla. And for the last question, this is a kind of hard one.
Okay.
The UK or Kosovo?
Oh, UK in Kosovo.
The best option.
Will that do?
Of course. Well, that kind of concludes the episode we had planned for today. We would like once again to thank you for coming here today and for joining us. It was an absolute honor.
Thank you so much, Tosca. Real honour for me as well. And
Thank you.
And a real pleasure. Thank you.
And it was definitely a good opportunity. Thank you for sharing your time and insights on diplomacy, cooperation, and youth empowerment.
Thank you, and thank you for your time and for showing me your fabulous school.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in. Stay connected for more conversations with leaders, thinkers, and change makers shaping our world. Until next time, I'm Tosca, and this is Beyond the Bell.